Hello, and welcome to the 5 Evidence-Based Practices of Successful Classrooms, a professional learning course for educators in elementary school. My name is Shanna Pulowski, and I will be taking you through a brief overview of the course. The foundation of a successful classroom where student learning is maximized is effective classroom management of student behavior. This training course is designed to provide teachers with research-based strategies they can implement in their classrooms, as well as guide teachers to reflect on their behavior management practices. This course will be delivered over 7 weeks with the intent of keeping the weekly sessions as close together as possible in the PLC schedule. A trained team of teachers from the Campus MTSS Committee for Tier 1 Behavior will facilitate the meeting and be available thereafter to observe, coach, and support the rest of their grade level team on an ongoing and regular basis. Learners will apply the acquired knowledge and skills from this course to their practice with the following results: increased student achievement evidenced by classroom assignments and standardized assessments, decreased campus-level administrator-managed discipline referrals, and improved teacher morale and job satisfaction, as evidenced by self-reflection. This last goal is contingent on what outcome each learner desires for their own practice. I've created an outline for the course, which will be delivered using the Canvas learning management system. The outline is aligned with the 7 learning modules in the 5 evidence-based practice slide presentation and activities packet created by Vicki Babbs, MTSS specialist from the New Caney ISD. I will adapt the materials to deliver the course in a way that encourages teachers to put what they learn from each module into practice, consult with their grade level MTSS coach, and reflect on their experiences. I used Fink's 3-column table to outline the learning goals, learning activities, and assessment activities for the course. There's a foundational part where we just have to understand the purpose and outcomes. The learners will acquire and process the information, and then they'll demonstrate their learning. Activities include reading, self-pre-assessment, and then they're going to have a classroom management discussion and an ongoing reflection blog. In the application phase, they're going to apply their learning to real-world situations like their own practice. They'll have a case study discussion, and then they'll create certain artifacts, for example, the classroom behavior expectation matrix. Integration also is important. They're going to create a floor plan design, a routines activity, and then they're going to have a discussion on responding to inappropriate behavior. To assess their learning, and which really is an assessment for themselves as well, they're going to write a lesson plan and then take a video of them teaching the lesson in practice. There are other activities such as an error correction video where they're role play with a colleague. They're going to create a consequence flowchart activity and then make a data collection plan. In the human dimensions category, we have to consider the positive and negative behavior from the student perspective. One of those things is task dimension, so how hard or how difficult or how long something is that you're making the students do affects the behavior. There's going to be a discussion about that, and then teachers will design a reinforcement system, and then they'll have a self-management activity which helps them take into consideration their human dimensions and their reactions to behavior. The learning how to learn is really about self-assessment and determining goals for themselves. We'll revisit the pre-assessment, and then they're going to compile all the artifacts along with their weekly reflection blog into an e-portfolio. Outcomes are really the entire point of the course, especially those outcomes that were defined by the learners themselves for their personal gain. So all the activities and tasks involve creating resources and artifacts they can use that they can implement in their own classroom. And they'll also be documenting the ongoing coaching and then the reflection that's built in as a weekly blog post. That will help each learner track their own personal journey through the course. So the question is, are they seeing the outcomes that align with their initial goals? I chose Merrill's approach to instructional design because it focuses on tasks that learners implement and apply in practice, not just lectures and busy work. Each weekly module builds on the previous one and provides discussion, a learner-centered task, and reflection on how each learner implemented the knowledge and strategies in their classroom. Every learning activity is centered on building resources and collaborating with colleagues. And every assessment activity is intended to demonstrate learning not to the instructors of the course, but to the learners themselves. The learning deepens when the knowledge they get is put into practice, and then they monitor, assess, and adjust their practice accordingly. There's a strong focus on collaboration and feedback, both in the synchronous and the asynchronous instruction. Learners in this course engage in metacognition as they reflect on their own learning each week, not by regurgitating the objectives, but by exploring how they receive the information in ways that are meaningful specifically to them. So this leads to the conclusion that the learners really own their experience, and they ultimately decide to succeed or fail through their actions in the course. They're responsible for conducting supplemental research, crafting the artifacts they'll use, implementing the use of those artifacts, and then they're responsible for monitoring their own practice as they apply that knowledge and the skills. And they're responsible for seeking out feedback and honing their craft as they proceed through the course. The homepage of the course in Canvas includes title, it includes an explanation of what the learners are to expect. We've got the course schedule along with the tasks that will be due each week, the number of credit hours they'll get, and then we have contacts that they have for each grade level. Here's where the learners will make their own affirmation of what desired outcome they want out of the course. And then here we have a few modules that have been built. My goal for this professional learning course is for teachers to first decide what they want to get out of the course, what outcomes they want to see, and then work through the activities and the collaboration in order to realize those outcomes.